Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to this morning's class. It's from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, beginning from chapter 6, text 54. So, without further ado, I'll start the class. I'm actually, I've switched with Balabhadra Prabhu, who can't give the class this morning. So we'll have Balabhadra Prabhu on next Tuesday. Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, Gopi Janavallabha Girivadadari, Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivadadari, Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana, Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana, Jamuna Tira Vanachari, Jamuna Tira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunya Vihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunya Vihari, Gopi Janavallabha Girivadadari, Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivadadari, Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana, Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana, Jamuna Tira Vanachari, Jamuna Tira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunya Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunya Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunya Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunya Bihari. Jayam Vishnupad Paramhansa Parivajagacharya Stotar Satsisi Maharaj Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishna Om Vishnupad Paramhansa Parivajagacharya Stotar Satsisi Maharaj His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavin Ki Jai. Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur ki jai. ISKCON founder Charya Sri Prabhupada ki jai. Prem Sikho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Shadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Swami Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Mathura Dham ki jai, Navadvip Dham ki jai, Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai, Jagannath Swami ki jai, Ganga Mai ki jai, Jamuna Mai ki jai, Tulsi Devi ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Samaveda Bhaktavinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bo. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the lotus feet of Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. Jai. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Teta Swamini Dinamini. Namaste Vishnupada Prabhupada Tatmani Sri Gaur Karuna Shakti Bhakti Teta Dinamini. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Sri Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. So, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 6, and beginning from text 54. So we're going to go through quite a few texts because some of them do not have any purports. And I would like to comment, with your permission, in different places when we read. So you won't have to do the reading of the Sanskrit text. That won't be necessary this morning. So that's the plan. So I'll start a little bit differently because of the way I'm going to do this, the way it's coming to me to do. Om Aginati Viranjasya Gena Gena Shalakaya Chakshu Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Tapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadama Yam Dagati Swapadantikam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Tinamini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Sunyavari Paschatyadi Shitarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gaurati Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. So first I'll read through the texts and then we'll go back and do the actual preaching by the mercy of my Guru and Lord Guranga. Ihāra pramāṇa śuna śāstrera vyākhyāna mahad-anubhava yāte sudṛḍha pramāṇa. Translation. For evidence, please listen to the examples described in the revealed scriptures, which are corroborated by the realization of great souls. Text 55 and 56. Anyera kakata vraje nanda mahashaya tarasama guru krishna ara kehanaya shuddha vatsali ishvara jnana nahitara tahake prema karaya dasya anukara. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Although no one is a more respected elder for Krishna than Nanda Maharaj in Braj, who in transcendental paternal love has no knowledge that his son is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Still, ecstatic love makes him, what to speak of others, feel himself to be a servant of Lord Krishna. Text 57. Ten horati mati magi Krishna racharane taharasi mukhavani tahate pramāṇa. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. He too prays for attachment and devotion to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, as the words from his own mouth give evidence. Text 58 and 59. Śuna udava satya Krishna amaratanaya tenho ishvara kena adito maramaniklaya tatapi tanhati rahumo ramanugriti tumara ishvara Krishna haukamo ramati. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. My dear Uddhava, please hear me. In truth, Krishna is my son. But even if you think that he is God, I would still bear toward him my own feelings for my son. May my mind be attached to your Lord Krishna. Text 60. Manaso vitayo nasyu Krishna padam bujashaya vajo bidayinir nam kayastata tayastat pravanadishu. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. May our minds be attached to the lotus feet of your Lord Krishna. May our tongues chant his holy name, and may our bodies lie prostrate before him. Text 61. Kamabi brahmyamananam yatra kwapis vasishchaya mangala charite dane ratina Krishna ishware. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Wherever we wander in the material universe, under the influence of karma by the will of the Lord, may our auspicious activities cause our attraction to Lord Krishna to increase. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. These verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 47, Text 66 and 67, were spoken by the denizens of Vrindavan, headed by Maharaj Nanda and his associates to Uddhava, who had come from Mathura. Text 62. Shri Dadamadi Vrajayata Sakara Nichaya Aishwarya Jnana Hina Kevala Sakhya Maya. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Lord Krishna's friends in Vrindavan, headed by Sri Dham, have pure fraternal affection for Lord Krishna and have no idea of his opulences. Text 63. Krishna Sange Yudakari Skandi Aruhana Taradasya Bhavikari Charana Sivana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Although they fight with him and climb upon his shoulders, they worship his lotus feet in a spirit of servitude. Text 64. Pada samvahanam chakru kechit tasya mahatmana apare hata papano vyajane samavi jayan. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Some of his friends, some of the friends of Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, massaged his feet, and others whose sinful reactions had been destroyed fanned him with handheld fans. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. This verse quoted from Srimad Bhagavatam 10, Canto 10, Chapter 15, Text 17, describe how Lord Krishna and Balaram were playing with the cowherd boys after killing Dinikasura in Talavan. Text 65 and 66. Krishnara priya sivat vraji yata gopigana yanra pada dhuli kare udava pratana yan sabara upare Krishnara priya nahi ana tanhara apana ke kare dasi abhimana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Even the beloved girlfriends of Lord Krishna in Vrindavan, the gopis, the dust of whose feet was desired by Sri Uddhava, and who are more dear to Krishna than anyone else, regard themselves as Krishna's maidservants. Text 67. Vajana yāte yanvirayochitam nijajana smayadam advamsana smita vajasya ke bhavatki karismano Dala Ruhamanam Charudashayam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. O Lord, remover of the afflictions of the inhabitants of Vrindavan, O hero of all women, O Lord, who destroys the pride of your devotees by your sweet, gentle smile. O friend, we are your maidservants. Please fulfill our desires and show us your attractive lotus feet. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. This verse is in connection with the rasa dance of Krishna with the gopis. It is quoted from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 31, Text 6. When Krishna disappeared from his companions in the course of dancing, the gopis sang like this in separation from Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jai Pariksit. So there are quite a number of texts from different aspects of the pastimes of Sri Krishna that's listed in Chaitanya Charitamrita, this side of Chaitanya Charitamrita. It actually is glorifying Advaita Acharya in particular, but of course they are all connected. They are all incarnations, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that's Lord Nityananda, and Srivas, and Gadadhar, and so they all are his associates, but based on the pastimes that the Lord wants to, perform, they came with him. Some of them were in even female bodies in the spiritual world, but here, because he was going to take sannyas, he also took male bodies, because the fact is male bodies are the ones that come close to sannyasis and serve them. And there are rules regarding those. And so there's reasons why it's done that way. It is not to put down women in any way, shape, or form. But this is the etiquette. Sannyasis, the Lord Chaitanya was very strict with that. Anyway, so okay. I'm just scrolling a little bit. I might go a little bit past this, so we've got to bear with me. Depends on how we do things here. So it starts from text 54. Now, this is, if you were listening a little closer, you would have realized that all of the servants of the Lord, or all of the associates of the Lord, maybe say associates of the Lord, were making statements that had something to do with the different relationships they had with Krishna. And besides the fact that they had those relationships, they were also talking about themselves as servants of Krishna. Mm? Serving his lotus feet came up repeatedly. Mm? So before we even start with text 54 in this Adi Lila chapter 6, let's talk about one text just before that, because it's important too. That is text 53. Mm? Because that lays the background for everything here. Mm? The statement itself is there in text 53, and the evidence is given by 54, 55, 56, and so on. So what is 53? Text 53. Love for Krishna has this one unique effect. It imbues, which means it inspires, superiors, equals, and inferiors with the spirit of service to Lord Krishna. There is so much to this from Srimad Bhagavatam, but I'll just read it again. So, because this one has to sink in. If it sinks in, then the rest of the class makes sense. Love for Krishna, Krishna Prema, has one unique effect. It inspires superiors, it inspires equals, it inspires inferiors with the spirit of service to Lord Krishna. Everyone is serving Lord Krishna, up to the mother of devotion herself, Srimati Radharani. She calls herself the servant of Krishna. Lord Nityananda, the first plenary expansion of Krishna, he calls himself servant of Krishna. When he came in Gura Lila as Lord Nityananda, he preferred for the devotees to give him the title of servant of Krishna. So this is all about Krishna Prema and service to Krishna. When you love someone, you want to do something for them. That thing that you do, that action is called service. In love, loving devotion service. So even in our mundane planet that we live on, the material world, we still understand that to some extent. We even sometimes get infatuated because of something physical about somebody we're attracted to. And that generates feelings. But the highest and the purest of such feelings, when they're purified, that becomes spiritual. And so all of these associates of the Lord that are talking, they're talking about, first of all, they are in love with Krishna. Mm-hmm. And the effect of it is they all want to be servants of Krishna. They want to render loving service to the Lord. Mm-hmm. So all of the text that we read was just evidence of Krishna Prema that these particular associates have. So text 54, this time we'll read only the translation. For evidence means evidence of Krishna Prema and evidence of the willingness to serve Krishna. Please listen to the examples described in the revealed scriptures, which are corroborated by the realizations of great souls. Corroborated here means supported by what the great souls have realized and the comments that they made. So text 55 to 56, it says, although no one is it starts with Nanda Maharaj. No one is a more respected elder in Vraj. No one is a more respected elder for Krishna, because Krishna is the son there, than Nanda Maharaj in Vraj, who is in transcendental paternal love, has no knowledge that his son is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nanda Maharaj has no knowledge that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He didn't know until Uddhava came to Vraj, Vrindavan, met with the gopis, because Krishna sent Uddhava to the gopis and then to Nanda Maharaj. And when he went to Nanda Maharaj in Uddhava, when he went there, he told Nanda Maharaj that Krishna was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Nanda's response, it's obvious he's saying, well, as far as I'm concerned, he's my son. And that's in the text. He's explained a little more by his own words. So, although no one is a more respected elder for Krishna than Nanda Maharaj, who is in transcendental paternal love, and he has no knowledge that his son is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Still, even after Uddhava told him, ecstatic love makes him feel that he is a servant of Lord Krishna. Now, in this case, the relationship is Vatsalya Ras. Father is Nanda Maharaj and the son is Krishna. So because the father serves the Krishna, Krishna explained the role of the son. So because the father serves the son by taking care of the son, this is the relationship of Vatsalya. Sometimes some people may wonder, well, the Krishna is the controller of everything. So if he's going to accept the role with parents and children, we'd expect that he's going to be the father. In many religions, they talk about Father God. But Krishna is in a loving relationship. And the loving relationship takes all kinds of flavors. Or as they like the text, the word that's used in Shastra is in different humors. And the reason humors are used is that, well, you know what humor means. Humor means something that you like, something that's attractive, something that makes you laugh. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna is. But in these different relationships, he takes on different roles so that his associates can express love in that particular type of relationship to him. So it is Krishna's desire to be a son so that his associate Nanda Maharaj, his pure devotee, will serve him as a father. We say serve him as a father, not the son serving the father, but the father serving the son. Because when the father is serving the son, the father asks the son, what do you need? The son talks about what he needs and the father provides it. And so that's the role Nanda Maharaj is playing. He also gets to tell the son, do this and do this and do this and do this for me. And that is the opulence of renunciation of Krishna. When Krishna does things that are menial, he is exhibiting his opulence of renunciation. He did that for the Pandavas. Many times they sent him, he was a messenger, he was so many things. Now, even in the Battle of Kurukshetra, he was driving Arjuna's chariot. So that opulence is there. And now Nanda Maharaj is relating to Krishna as a father. If Krishna accepted a fatherly role, he will be taken care as provider. But as a son, he receives the love of his father Nanda Maharaj. And that is the difference. That's Vatsalya Ras. So in text 57, Nanda Maharaj also prays for attachment and devotion to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. As it says here in text 57, his own words give evidence. So attachment to Krishna and devotion to Krishna are the keys to loving Krishna. We should not hear this as it's in a situation where I'm just listening to it, I'm not part of it. We are part of it. To the extent that we are also learning how to get attached to Krishna and perform devotional service to Krishna, we see what Nanda Maharaj does, and it's in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, but there's stuff that we also should do in devotion to Krishna, to Guru, and Krishna's devotees. So attachment to Krishna, devotion to Krishna, they are the keys to loving Krishna. Text 58 and 59. My dear Uddhava, please hear me. In truth, Krishna is my son. Now, this is Nanda Maharaj speaking. But even if you think that he's God, I would still bear toward him my own feelings for my son. May my mind be attached to your Lord Krishna. Hmm? Now, this is, as we said earlier, Uddhava visiting Vrindavan, Krishna sent him there, and revealing to Nanda and Yashoda that their son Krishna was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They were still attached to the Vatsalya Ras even after hearing from Uddhava. That's why he's speaking like that. Nanda Maharaj is saying, hear me. In truth, Krishna is my son. But why would he say any differently? He has raised Krishna ever since Krishna was brought to him by Vasudev. He raised him up to this point. Krishna has done so many things as a child, younger child, and now he's gone to Mathura, and he's not back yet. But he knows that those in Vrindavan are missing him. So he sends a message with Uddhava to go to Vrindavan. And Uddhava goes to reveal the truth. Uddhava was even a little bit shastrik too, quoting scriptures to kind of back it up. But when Yogamaya covers someone, this is what Yogamaya does best. Yogamaya covers someone so that in that relationship with Krishna, they are really convinced that there's nothing different from the relationship they have with Krishna. Then even if you tell them Krishna is someone else, they won't quite go with it. That's why Nanda Maharaj is saying, all right, so you're saying this, please hear me. In truth, Krishna is my son. But even if you think he's God, I would still like to bear towards him my own feelings as a father. So may my mind stay with that fatherly relationship. And then in a certain way, he just put it around. Okay, so you Uddhava saying that the Lord, Krishna is the Lord. So may my mind be attached to your Lord Krishna. So they never change their minds, Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, about being mother and father to Krishna. So text 60, Nanda Maharaj is still speaking. May our minds be attached to the lotus feet of your Lord Krishna. You keep saying your Lord Krishna. This is quite interesting because I will tell you a story in Gitanagri after this. May our minds attach to the lotus feet of your Lord Krishna. May our tongue chant his holy names. May our bodies lie prostrate before him. So, anyway, before I forget, this whole idea of the Lord Krishna, this happened. There was a professor. I don't know what college that he taught, but he would bring his students as part of the curriculum. He would take them on a trip. And the trip was from their university to Gitanagri. And it was done once a year in the summer. And there would be, he would tell the management of Gitanagri that they're coming. So then the management would make some prasadam. And when they come, they will go to the temple. There would be some description about life in Gitanagri to the students and the professor. And then after that, there'd be prasadam. It was never about the Shastra. But still, devotee is speaking, he's going to mention Krishna and say Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's expected. Now, the way in which the students took it was very interesting because many of the students were religionists, Christians, many of them, the majority were Christians, and then some atheists too. And whenever they wanted to ask questions, because at the end of his presentation about Gitanagri, and then the devotee would say, okay, you got any questions? And every time they mention Krishna, they say, well, the devotee has said Krishna is God. So they say, well, your God does so and so and so and so. And then they were making the distinction between their God, my God, and your God. So I thought that was quite interesting. I did, in fact, I was with the audience, with the students, and I realized that what they were talking about was from more of a Christian standpoint. So then I got up and talked about the Adam and Eve story to them, which they were familiar. And with that, explained a little bit of how we were envious of the Lord and wound up in the material world, relating it through the Adam and Eve story. So that connected them to Krishna. Otherwise, they were thinking about Krishna as a different God from this. And here's Nanda Maharaj says, you Uddhava are saying that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. He's my son. But even if you look at him that way, well, it's your Lord. All right, so you call him Lord Krishna. He's my son. And I will just do things in love to him as a father. Hmm? So this statement is a very, very wonderful prayer that I would implore all devotees to chant, to add to our prayers. So I'll say it again. Nanda Maharaj said, may our minds be attached to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. May our tongues chant his holy names, and may our bodies lie prostrate before him. Actually, this is exactly what Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, text 65, Krishna himself is saying, always think of me. Nanda Maharaj says, may our minds be attached to the lotus feet of Krishna. It's the same thinking. The mind thinks, so think of him. May our tongue chant his holy name. Always think of me. Krishna says, become my devotee. A devotee is the one that chants the holy name of the Lord. Offer obeisances to me and worship me. And Nanda Maharaj said, may our bodies lie prostrate before him. That is, offering obeisances. So it's a wonderful prayer. May our minds be attached to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. May our tongue chant his holy name. And may our bodies lie prostrate before him. And Krishna says, if you do that, you will come to me without fail. He was telling Arjuna for all our benefit. Text 61. Wherever we wander in the material universe under the influence of karma by the will of the Lord, may our auspicious activities cause our attraction to Lord Krishna to increase. Now, this Srila Prabhupada is saying they were spoken by the denizens, those who were in Vrindavan, headed by Nanda Maharaj and his associates. And those were spoken when Uddhava, again, came from Mathura to Vrindavan, sent by Krishna. Wherever we wander in the material universe under the influence of karma by the will of the Lord, may our auspicious activities cause our attraction to Lord Krishna to increase. That can also be added to our prayers, especially the second part. May our auspicious activities. What are auspicious activities? The very things that spiritual master says to do. If you do them, it's auspicious. We just take the guidance and do exactly according to what he says to do. May our auspicious activities cause our attraction to Lord Krishna to increase. May our auspicious activities increase Krishna prema in our hearts for the Lord. So Srila Prabhupada is saying these are the spoken by those who are in Vrindavan, Nanda Maharaj and his associates. And they were speaking to Uddhava. So auspicious activities are done through the merciful guidance of the spiritual master. So the bona fide spiritual master's instructions and even opinions have to be listened to very closely. You don't want to do anything to go against the order of a spiritual master. He's a representative of Krishna. If you disobey spiritual master, it's automatic that you disobeyed Krishna. It's looked at that way. So these auspicious activities, you say, oh, what auspicious activities? The instructions of a spiritual master. That's all. You do them, you're doing auspicious activities. So it's the merciful guidance of a spiritual master that makes it possible for us to do auspicious activities, even as conditioned as we are. So all devotees should hear attentively what Srila Prabhupada guides us to do and guides us to avoid. Srila Prabhupada is preeminent Shiksha Guru, instructing Guru for all of us. He has disciples, of course. He was initiating Guru. His disciples, some of them are sannyasis, some of them are, they have really dedicated their lives as the evidence of their service to this particular society. So Srila Prabhupada's guidance is also what they also talk about. I'm talking about Srila Prabhupada disciples and second generation, anybody that is connected to Srila Prabhupada. And Lord Chaitanya says, just repeat it. Repeat what I tell you, and you become a bona fide, authentic Shiksha Guru. Just repeat. So, as Srila Prabhupada gave one example, Krishna says, I am the supreme. I'm the source of everything, spiritual and material. He's the supreme personality of Godhead. Nobody is at this level. That says, by Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, Text 1 also says the same thing. And Srila Prabhupada says, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. And I'm saying, Krishna himself says I'm the supreme personality. And I, Srila Prabhupada, I'm saying, Krishna is the supreme personality. So they're saying the same thing. We repeat what Lord Chaitanya tells us to do. So, Lord Krishna's friends, this is text 62. The friends in Vrindavan, headed by Sridham, have pure fraternal affection for Lord Krishna. So now we move from the Vasaya Ras to Sakya Ras. Friendship. They have pure fraternal affection for Krishna. Fraternal. So Krishna is like a brother to them. They have a fraternity, as people that use here, some societies here say we have fraternity. They have pure fraternal affection for Lord Krishna, and they don't have any idea of his opulences. They don't know him in its Virat Rupa, the universal form. They don't know him in different ways in which he exhibited himself to Arjuna, especially in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, or in Dhritarashtra's court when Duryodhana was out of his mind trying to arrest Krishna. All of those is Mahabharata. They don't know anything about that. They don't know that his opulence as the expansion of up to the Ananta stage is supporting the whole universe from the lower parts. This is all Krishna. They don't know him as the one through whose expansions the universes come from. They just play with the Lord. When they get up, they're thinking about the Lord, they get ready, and immediately they leave their homes and it will go to Nanda Maharaj, Mother Yashoda's home, just to be with Krishna and to set out with the cows. It's all fun. Every day is fun. Text 63. So these cowherd boys, although they fight with him and climb on his shoulders, they worship his lotus feet in a spirit of servitude. So they, in the Sakya Ras, as contemporaries, they will play with him. Even do mock fighting with him. They don't fight with him just like the way he fights demons. When Krishna wants a real fight, then he fights demons. And some of his devotees would come from the spiritual world just to fight him. Because they just want to satisfy Krishna's senses. They want to fight. Krishna wants to fight, then they give him a good fight. This is what Jaya and Vijaya, the gatekeepers of Vaikuntha, one Vaikuntha planet, did. They came to the material world 3 times, born 3 times. Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Shishupal, Dantavaka, and they even came later on as Jagai and Madai in Guru Lila, just to be part of the service that the ras that Krishna wants to involve himself in. So all of these rasas have a service aspect to it. Even if they're doing some relationship like playing with him, fighting with him, climbing on his shoulders, they still worship his lotus feet. That's always there. Text 64. Some of the friends of Sri Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, they massage his feet, and others whose sinful reactions have been destroyed fan him with handheld fans. Some of the friends of Krishna, they will massage his feet. Now, Lord Narayan's feet are also massaged by Lakshmi, goddess of fortune. Now, but the second part here is what really, really connects with our lives. Others whose sinful reactions It sounds familiar? We go through so many sins in the material world. Whose sinful reactions had been destroyed, fanned him with handheld fans. So where or what do we do to get to the point where our sinful reactions have been destroyed? Let's follow the instructions of Krishna. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, text 66, he says, Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami maschaha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender to me. I will save you from all sinful reactions. Don't worry. So if we stay with Krishna, our religion being just surrender to Krishna, whatever he says, whatever his representatives say, we do. And that is the only object of our life, to serve Krishna like that. Then Krishna says, simple reactions will be destroyed. And if the simple reactions are destroyed, then we get the opportunity to relate in some of the rasas, the Sakya ras or the friendship ras, like the cowherd boys being one of them. And then we will get to do those kind of things. What's in the Shastra is not for someone else who is a pure devotee to always do. They're actually telling us, as they're showing us what the pure devotees, the associates of the Lord, do, that we also can come to that same position if we do the right thing here while we're conditioned, improve, and then go back to Godhead. We will be doing those things. Some people might even go to another place in the material world to be with Lord Chaitanya, to be associates of Lord Chaitanya, and then return to the spiritual world. They go different places. The associates of the Lord, they go different places. A lot of pastimes involved. Many books are. We won't have time to describe all of them. Anyway, so this verse describes, as Srila Prabhupada says in the purport, how Lord Krishna and Balaram were playing with the cowherd boys before killing Dhenukasura in Taliban. Dhenukasura is a donkey demon in the Taliban forest, one of the forests in the area of Vrindavan, Mathura area. So those, they were very, very wonderful and very aromatic fruits that were in that forest. And Dhenukasura, the donkey demon, and his donkey friends had taken over that particular forest, the Tala forest. Van means forest, so Talavan, the Tala forest. And they wouldn't allow anybody in. But the cowherd boys persuaded Krishna and Balaram to go in there because they knew, the cowherd boys knew that if Dhenukasura caused trouble, that Krishna can get rid of him because he had killed so many demons practically on a daily basis. So this is where this was taken from. So last 165 and 66, translation, even the beloved girlfriends of Lord Krishna and Vrindavan, the gopis, the dust of whose feet was desired by Sri Uddhava, and who are more dear to Krishna than anyone else, even they regard themselves as Krishna's maid servants. The word servant come up over and over. They are girlfriends of Lord Krishna, but they regard themselves as Krishna's maid servants. So that shows what? Humility. Humility on the part of the gopis. Srimati Radharani boldly declares that she's a servant of Krishna, and she's a mother of devotion. So to be the happiest, to be in bliss, that is obtained by being a servant of Krishna. That's all. Now, as Krishna, when we say Krishna in a holistic way, we mean Krishna, Guru, and the devotees. One becomes happy when he opens his or her heart to serving devotees, to serving Guru, and serving the deity. So, bliss is obtained by being a servant of Krishna. That's why conditioned souls do not get to experience bliss, since they are not inclined to serve Krishna, who is the ultimate source of enjoyment. We're talking in general now. We're not talking about devotees only. Conditioned souls in the world, human beings that are non-devotees, that are devoted to only themselves, They don't get to experience bliss. What do they experience? Anxiety. Anxiety after anxiety after anxiety. But they have to also understand, and we also have to understand, that for us, the challenges that come in the material world are because they are to make us not like the material world. And from the disgust that we feel towards the material world, we would want to go home, because home is a place of no anxiety. So karmis, as we like to call them, or non-devotees, are thinking that this is their home. And they have to work hard to make their home comfortable enough for them to live in. They should aspire to get the spoils or the riches of the planet. That's their lifestyle. They have heard about God, but they don't take him seriously. Either they don't take him seriously, or they know about God, but they know about God as an order supplier. God, give me this, give me this, give me this. But devotees are trained to think that we have to serve the Lord. All of these examples of the associates of the Lord, they were all talking about, we want to be your servant. Nanda Maharaj wanted to be a servant. Gopis wanted to be made servants. So it's all about loving Krishna in service to the Lord, and that's what makes us happy. And conditioned souls will never experience this type of happiness from within. They're trying to look for material things outside to make them happy, but the happiness never comes, because this is not the place for total happiness. This is the place where devotees are practicing how to serve Guru, how to serve devotees, how to serve Krishna. And from that, we develop love for Krishna. That can be done even here. Those who are already in love with Krishna, the pure souls, they still come to the material world to be part of Krishna's pastimes. And they love Krishna 100%. So by their activities, just like some that we've heard, and by their words that have spoken that we heard here, we can also do the same thing by copying, imitating. It's called following the footsteps of, like that. And little by little, we will also come to that realization of life being service to Krishna and Krishna's devotees. And that will give us the happiness that we want. So in conclusion, we should think ourselves to be servants of the Lord. We should do all that it takes to arrive at Krishna Prema, because then life becomes extremely joyful. Life which is primarily service to Krishna. We should also understand that this very body that we have is a cause of misery, because it is attached to activities in the material world. The bodies, that's why we see there's severe weather, like what we're going through now, cold, there's sickness, there's hard work just to survive, there's old age that causes the body to break down, there's death, which deprives us of everything that we worked for. All of that's here. So we should never give material activities priority, because they are only temporary. They are only necessary because we have a material body. Notice that I haven't used the word important at all. Do not give material activities priority over spiritual. Material activities are temporary. We have a material body. We live in a material world. And at some point, we're going to leave the material world, no matter what it is that we work hard for. We're going to leave it behind. But devotees are happy to leave behind, because they're going back to Godhead, where there's much, 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 much more clean activities and loving activities. And that's what Srila Prabhupada is guiding us to go do. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we'll stop here. And this is the time to unmute yourself. You have questions, you have realizations, too many aspects of the pastimes of the Lord. But remember, it's all about service. This is how we develop Krishna Prema. Hare Krishna. Any questions? We have a few minutes before 9. So any comments, any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna,
Except
Jai.
my humble presence is all goes to
Except mine
Prabhupada.
goes to the Prabhupada.
I was just appreciating the class. It was a very wonderful. Like the description itself is very nice in the verses itself, like how various devotees in uh, like so intimate association they still want to serve Krishna,
Mm,
or that that particular mood is like so high that they become like the servants themselves. So
mm-hmm.
that was like really nice. I was just thinking like how Krishna being in any kind of relationship, like be it be he in the in the relation as a son, still is
Mm-hmm.
like getting that particular like his father is wants to serve him,
Yes.
so that's like like that's how attractive Lord is, like even the father
Mm-hmm.
wants to serve him.
Yeah.
So I mean, like that's very nice, and thank you for reminding towards the end that, like many times we just like are toiling hard to meet our ends, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, so it's better to like to just like toil that much that is needed, like to get our necessities and focus
Mm-hmm.
on spirituality. That will be very nice. Thank you so much for
Yeah. Hare Krishna. So yeah, you summed it up nicely by some of your realizations about what we really should be about. Mm. Yeah, and the realizations from the statements made by the servants of or the associates of Krishna. We really say no matter what associate we no type of relationship, type of rasa we have, we really consider ourselves servants. So the bottom line is service to Krishna is part of all the rasas, all of them. Mm. Shanta ras involves service. Neutrality involves service. Dasya ras is servant and master. That's definitely service. The cowherd boys talked about the Sakyaras, they climb on Krishna, they play with him so many, but then they like to offer service to Krishna also. The parental, we heard Nanda Maharaj talked about it. Well, Uddhava is saying that he's the supreme personality of Godhead, but he's my son, and I'm serving him in loving relationships as a father to his son, the way a father loves his son. The gopis and Vatsalyaras, they said, whatever it is, that we do, it's all to satisfy Krishna's servants, and we are made servants. So the key to bliss, to real enjoyment, is to put ourselves in service to the devotees, service to Guru, and service to Krishna. Any other questions or comments? If not, then thank you all for coming. We are at the top of the hour now, so we'll stop here and we'll see you back online tomorrow. Vanchakalpatarubhishcha kripa sindhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. I know some people have sent electronic thank yous too. Hare Krishna. Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.